The Power of Connection: How to Strengthen Parent-Child Relationships and Build Healthy Bonds. Maria was a 38-year-old woman living in Athens with her 8-year-old daughter Eleni. Like many modern parents, Maria was a working mother who struggled to juggle the demands of her career with the need to nurture her family. Every day, she balanced meetings, deadlines, and the responsibilities of home life, often feeling like time was slipping through her fingers. Eleni, on the other hand, was a bright and curious child. She was constantly asking questions, eager to learn more about the world around her, her imagination running wild with ideas and possibilities. Yet, despite her lively nature, Maria could feel a growing distance between them. Their once deep connection seemed to be fading. Conversations between mother and daughter had become shorter, and often it felt like they were both just going through the motions. "How was school today?" had become the extent of their exchanges. Maria was busy, exhausted, and couldn't remember the last time she had simply sat down to listen to Eleni without being distracted by the constant rush of life. Eleni, in turn, seemed to retreat more into herself, her eyes often glued to her tablet, her laughter less frequent, and her joy more subdued. One evening, after yet another busy day, Maria sat down exhausted, and suddenly it hit her she had become a stranger in her own home. She realized how much she missed the emotional connection they once shared, the laughter, the spontaneous conversations, and the simple joy of being present with one another. Her thoughts turned inward. The pressures of work, endless tasks, and the demands of everyday life had built a barrier between them. Eleni was still there, physically, but emotionally, they were both drifting apart. It wasn't that Maria didn't care for her daughter, or that she wasn't trying. The truth was, Maria was so overwhelmed by her responsibilities that she had forgotten to invest in the most important relationship in her life. The bond between her and Eleni was slipping away, and Maria knew that if something didn't change soon, they would lose something irreplaceable. Determined to fix it, Maria decided to take the first step. A close friend, who had gone through similar struggles, suggested attending a seminar on parenting and mental health. It was an invitation Maria couldn't ignore. With little hesitation, she signed up. She knew she needed guidance, but more importantly, she needed to be reminded of the importance of emotional connection, of being present with the people who mattered most. The seminar was eye-opening for Maria. She learned that the foundation of a strong parent-child relationship is active listening and truly hearing your child's needs, feelings, and ideas. It wasn't just about asking, "How was your day?" and getting a one-word answer. It was about being genuinely curious, investing time, and responding with empathy. Maria also realized that in order to be an effective and loving parent, she had to care for herself. She couldn't pour from an empty cup. Stress and exhaustion were clouds that clouded her judgment, and only by taking care of her own mental health could she be the mother her daughter deserved. When Maria returned home, she made a conscious decision to prioritize her relationship with Eleni. It wasn't easy, and it required a shift in how she organized her time. She began to create space in her day for Eleni, no longer allowing work or other distractions to take precedence. She started to take walks with Eleni after school, sharing simple moments of conversation without the interference of phones or other electronic devices. They started baking together, playing board games, and talking about their favorite books. Maria let herself be fully present during these moments, not just physically, but emotionally. She listened carefully to Eleni's stories, her concerns, and her dreams. Eleni, in turn, felt heard, understood, and loved in a way she hadn't felt in a long time. As the weeks passed, their relationship transformed. Eleni began to open up more, sharing her worries and joys. She became more expressive, her creativity and enthusiasm igniting once again. Maria saw her daughter's confidence grow, her smile more frequent, and her eyes once again sparkled with curiosity and excitement. The small moments of connection, which once seemed insignificant, were now creating a deep bond between them. The emotional shift was also felt in their daily lives. Maria found herself calmer and more patient, able to handle the stresses of her job and home life with more ease. She understood that balance was key not just in her schedule, but in the quality of her interactions with Eleni. She stopped trying to be a perfect mother, and instead focused on being a present and engaged one. Over time, the bond between Maria and Eleni became stronger than ever. They shared not just laughter, but also vulnerability and understanding. Maria learned that the key to a healthy relationship with her daughter wasn't about perfection. It was about being intentional with their time, being an active listener, and showing up for each other, emotionally and mentally. The lesson from Maria's story is that strengthening parent-child relationships is a process that requires intention and effort. It's about more than just spending time together, it's about quality time. It's about being present, truly listening, and creating a safe space where both parent and child feel heard, supported, and valued. Building a healthy relationship takes conscious effort, emotional investment, and a willingness to grow alongside your child. Parents must remember that self-care isn't selfish. Only when a parent nurtures their own well-being can they give their child the emotional support and love they need. Ultimately, healthy relationships are not built on perfection, but on authentic connection and mutual respect.